almost shifting. We got pizza, moving boxes, or else Checkers beats us. Life is rough here in the depths of space. If shit set comes a knocking, we shoot them in the face. Gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, hail cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo. Alright, I got another verse. I hear a boy coming right in my instance, and it just asks me why I blew them all away. But I feel so great now with sovereign Cargonia. Every round we stand our ground. Gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo. Hail Cargonia, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo. Hail Cargonia, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo.
Get back to work.
Food. One of those few things we can all agree is necessary for us to have. And yet, there are many competitions trying to make food better. This is not one of those. It is instead a poor imitation run by fools. So for your entertainment, WBPL-76 humbly presents the Zamac Chef.
Hey, hey, who's cooking? Doctor, who's cooking? Doctor, who's cooking something up with meat? So make a food, baby. A shit the pan, baby. We could make another cursing recipe. We got a hot pot of beans and an order to fill. And I know beat space ain't got any chill. So Italian soda pop and spicy for me. If you wanna learn good noms and hang around and see, say hey, who's cooking? Doctor, who's cooking? Doctor, who's cooking something up for thee? And eggplant.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the reason of my rage.
Broccoli, corn, our ground beef, and of course, we've got some pot stickers. Now I'm just adding in some rice vinegar along with the soy sauce and that sriracha. This is gonna bring a really delicious, authentic taste. Of course, you can't have Asian food without garlic, my absolute #1 flavoring spice. And we can't have our Asian delicacy without some ginger, so I'm just gonna come in here and put this. Y'all, these herbs are so good for your health. Ginger, I'm telling you, this is gonna make you live a long time, be so healthy and happy. For a little bit of spice, we're just gonna do some crushed red pepper flakes. Yum, yum, yum. That's just gonna accentuate that sriracha sauce. Alrighty, y'all, the beef broth. How else are you gonna cook all those ramen noodles? We're just adding this in. Look at this delicious, delicious feast. Perfect if you're hosting a lunar or Chinese New Year party, or really any time that you're doing some sort of festive event. Everyone in my house absolutely loves ramen noodles, and you can customize this with chicken, with whatever proteins you like. I think this is gonna be really, really delicious. Alrighty, I'm just gonna break up my beef here. Ooh, I can feel that my ramen underneath is starting to get soft, is starting to get cooked, but I wanna make sure my beef is touching the hababichi, and this is all going to be cooking up so nicely. Y'all, all my favorite foods here, pot stickers, the veggies, the corn, and our ramen noodles. And I just plugged up the hole in my hababichi to make it able to hold my soup layer. But y'all, this is so easy, so fabulous. You're going to love this. Alrighty, everyone, I'm gonna close the lid on my hababichi. We're gonna let this simmer for about 20 minutes, and then we'll be ready to enjoy. Alrighty, y'all, it's been about 15 minutes, and look at this. We're ready to start mixing. Look at those cooked noodles. Everything looks amazing. This is almost like a chow mein, lo mein style, delicious, easy meal. So easy to make. Oh my gosh, it is looking so good. Our veggies are heated through. We've got our ground beef in here, our pot stickers so people can get some pot stickers to go with everything. Y'all, this is looking so good. I am thrilled with how this has come out. It looks so flavorful. See, you don't need to go to Benihana. You can do Benihana at home on your own hababichi. Look at that, gorgeous. I'm just gonna get this all mixed in. Alrighty, y'all, time to serve up our masterpiece.
Oh, this looks so good.
Yes, and we have our special taste tester here, my amazing husband, Marty.
Nice. I'm a lucky man, babe.
You are.
Let's go for the dumpling. Cheers, y'all.
Is it good? will bring you good luck. Hope you
So
get
good.
rich. Gung hei fat choi. You gotta try it.
Ladies and gentlemen, my jimmies have been rustled, my rage has been baited, my seething, deep hatred of food waste has been triggered. So I decided that we need to revive the Zamac chef, the world's worst chef. To do this right. So, as the Zamac chef, I am sending you all a challenge. The secret ingredient for this challenge, you have 2 weeks. Come up with a noodle dish. Come up with a noodle dish better than that to prove that she is a freaking idiot. All right. That is not good food. That is food waste. That is a lethal amount of sodium. That is inedible. So I'm going to take that inspiration and say, and try and make a shit tier stir fry that isn't inedible. All right? That is the Zamac challenge for you. No, I want you to take her out back behind the woodshed, cap her like Old Yeller, and then prove to her family that you're a better cook than her. You need to rescue her family. Come on. Guys, think of the children. All right, let's get some music going. There we go. Alrighty, so let's ostensively, that's a bit too bright. I don't want to wash myself out. There we go. You know what? Let's turn that light on. Alrighty. Night Owl, I need a favor for you. Start a poll for me. Am I gonna do stew beef or ground beef? Because if you all want, I can try and do it as inspired by her, or attempt to actually do it competently. Which you know I will. This hurt me. This video hurt me, and it is only tangentially Mad Duck's fault. He's not the one that brought it. He is only the one that brought it to my attention. He is not the one that brought it to his own attention. Everyone, you can thank Gabe Ray for it. This is Gabe Ray's fault. Cheeseburger Pie, on the other hand, that is Mad Duck's fault. And quite frankly, I'm excited for it. Let's save the stocks. So, other than that brief foray into madness, how are y'all doing today? How's life been? How's the weather? Why not toaster noodles? Show us on the doll where the video touched you. I am aware that our polls almost always end in ties. Yes, and if that's the case, I will do both of them. Night Owl, that is most, that is most, inoptimal. Please, cease. Cease with the unwell. How do you name a blizzard? Is it like naming a hurricane? I would say Tara Strong is probably the most unrecognizable of the two, just because her range is so wide. You wouldn't know, like she does Bubbles, she does Timmy Turner, she does she does Poof, she does what is it, she does Raven, does so many voices. It's exactly like naming a hurricane. A hurricane of snow. Alright, let's get some water boiling. Because we're gonna use ramen noodles as the base of this monstrosity. Like, I'm going to save and elevate this dish. That doesn't mean I'm not going to do it stupid. Alrighty, stew beef. Ah, sense has prevailed. It's lucky that I need a pound of thawed ground beef anyway. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice, but what I've tasted of desire I hold with those who favor fire. But if I had to perish twice, I think I'd destruction of ice and also suffice. Ow. Why is it they never name, why is it never a pleasant day Colin or a sunny spell Audrey? So what I'm doing is ostensibly starting with the same prep as the video, except I am using fresh, not frozen ingredients. Ingredients not from a bag. And back there, I'm just getting water to boil. Then I'm going to drop some ramen noodles in there. Drain them, and that's going to be the base of our sauce. Then we're going to experiment and make our own kind of stir-fry sauce. I'm actually kind of excited about that. Actually, legitimately. I'm actually kind of really excited about the cooking I'm going to be doing today, because this really right here is the only prep that I'm going to have to do. So for the second part of the show is also Kai, you didn't miss the first, you missed the first part of the show. You missed the reason why this is titled a Zamac Chef episode. You only say that because you missed the intro. We're gonna have to make a subgroup in the Aux cooking channel for Zamac chef submissions. Kai Harper, to put it lightly, my jimmies have been rustled, my rage has been baited. And now we are making a quote-unquote American stir fry that doesn't contain a lethal amount of sodium. And yeah, that's just some 20-cent ramen packets right there. And I'm just gonna get those boiling. Cause I don't care. I'm not spending more money on this shit. All right, veggies chopped up, knife, and everything. Oh, crud. Garlic. Never mind. There we go. Alrighty. Yes, she called that monstrosity stir fry. Alrighty, you know what? Are we just gonna do... Yeah, I'm just gonna do an entire head of garlic. If I can find the garlic press. Right there. You know, I was going to do a full English breakfast today. I was. But I couldn't find blood sausage, and someone jimmied my Russells. For once, this particular monstrosity is not directly Duck's fault. He only made me aware of it. Alright, noodles have been cooked. And now they just need to drain. Little Willie, that is the correct recipe. You see, there's a reason why I shouldn't be left unsupervised with a cooking show. I might do mad shit like this. This is the pleasant smell of sulfur. You know, I've been watching a lot of videos of like MasterChef and Kitchen Nightmares and everything, and I'm just like, what would I serve as a signature dish? And I was thinking I'd need to research how to make a good curry. Probably a Japanese curry from scratch. Okay, I just gave myself an assignment. Learn how to make a Japanese curry from scratch. Or I think I would do something along the lines of that deconstructed ratatouille that I did that one day. I really, really liked that ratatouille pasta. And I know that it's probably already a recipe that already exists. But I want to perfect my version. All right, this better be smoky. Oh, that's not. It's cheeseburger pie. Oh my. This is totally not a Sierra soundtrack. That is in fact the name of the track. Totally not a Sierra soundtrack. Thank you, Mr. Ducks. Alright, we're done chopping. I grabbed onion instead of frickin' ginger. Okay, never mind. We have ginger. Smokey! Smokey! Alright. I need some cornstarch. I know we have some cornstarch somewhere in this kitchen. Cornstarch. All right. What are we going to do? I think we're going to start with some teriyaki. Let's add some water really quick. Alrighty, some teriyaki. We're gonna add some Thai sweet chili. Some of this char siu barbecue. You see me, guys, not measuring anything right now, right? That's because I'm not measuring anything. Let's add some of this garlic. Let's add all of this garlic. Let's add a bit more ginger. Because ginger never did anything wrong. All right. Okay, that's a good base. Some sriracha, not cha-cha-cha. Hey, Savani. I'm working through mental trauma by cooking. You know, totally normal, sane things. Where the hell is my crushed red pepper? any crushed red pepper. This calls for some powdered, then. All right. Szechuan. Let's get some Szechuan in there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That, I have no idea what I did, but that is some tasty, tasty stir-fry sauce. Set that aside. Let's get the audio down. And let's grab the hot plate. Oh, shoot. I was going to do some cornstarchy stuff. Just using this as a little bit of a thickener. Hello, Rimward. That's good. That's good. Get back here. Paper. Pick up the paper. I need oil. Oh god, I have sake. Totally forgot I had sake. I'm gonna add in some sake. And some rice vinegar. Because I forgot that she had rice vinegar in there. Do I have any? I know I do. I have sesame oil. And the last rag. All right, a little bit of oil. Let's get a little holder to hold the meat. Why do I keep forgetting that all of my utensils are right here? Hi. I forgot to plug in my counter. I'm just like, why is this not getting hot? And that's because it's not. So while we're doing that, over here, I'm gonna get the ground beef going for cheeseburger pie. And I need another spatula. Hello, what is your name? Stornong? Chat. Question. Do I use straight up just corn like she did? Stornung is what I said. Or I'm just gonna call you Store. Do I look like I have class? I had my jimmies rustled, and I knew that they were going to get rustled. look, good decision making can only get us so far. And it got us lost after Albuquerque. I'm gonna go steal the table salt and pepper. You'd be surprised. Not by much. We're going to cook this up a little bit. UNC Samurai, what did you miss? Everything. You missed everything. Doctor had his jimmies rustled. But yeah, if I had to say I had a signature dish that was anything, it would probably be like a good Japanese curry, or that ratatouille leftover. Not with that attitude, you're not, ducks. A little bit of this sauce. And that's going to cook in nicely with all of that. All right, this beef has browned nicely. Need to get another colander. All right. That's about as drained as that's going to get. Now let's get started on the pie. I'm bringing out my crock pot. And I'm starting my oven. I believe it needs to be 450. Let me look up the recipe so that I can ignore it again. $400. I know I need milk and eggs. 1 cup milk, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon veggie oil. Half cup Bisquick, 1 cup milk. Yeah, give me a sec. I got a haircut. Got some hat hair. But I think my barber did a really good job. Cup of milk. And 2 eggs. I only have 2 eggs left. Serendipity? Never knew her. Actually, you know what? Where is the shallow dish? Nah. Splash of oil. And the batter is done. Yes, I did. That is... I am going to investigate that recipe in my own time and then report back victory or not. All right. Let me get a trivet. He says, right before putting something hot onto a really cheap particle board surface, let's cover this up. Let's add some oil. That's a lot of oil. Oh well. No, it's Betty Crocker. I'm not done cutting, apparently. I need an onion. Do we have? Yes, we do. Cook those down a little bit. Where's my slap chop? I don't have a slap chop. Lovely. Where's my vegetable chopper? Come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. Add all of this to the beef. Let's turn that heat back on. Get it cooked up a little bit. Useless conjecture of the day. It's theorized that the Klingon ships are so dark and red isn't because of aesthetic reasons, but rather Klingon vision is much deeper in the infrared range. Sci-fi. I love sci-fi justifications. Let's add some water to that. Just to get it steaming. Okay, we're gonna get this put down here. It's just a mix of onion and pepper, or onion and beef. Put that down in whatever high base container you have, preferably. What am I doing? I have pie tins. I have pie tins. Pie tin. Well, it's more like a pie glass dish than a pie tin, but shut up. You know, viewing time from a non-subjective, non-causal relationship, it's more of a big old blob of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. Need some more light in here. Holy crap. I'm just trying to get this, get these vegetables cooked through. I'm not adding pot stickers because that's a stupid idea. Cheese. I've got most of a bag here of cheddar cheese. So, how much cheese? Well, measure with your heart. Alrighty. Pour the pie mix on top. And to the oven for about 30 minutes. Hey Google, 30-minute timer, please.
Fifth timer for 30 minutes.
Thank you.
Starting now.
Alrighty, back to the vegetables. How are they doing? They are doing fine. Alright. Oh, lordy. Now we're into this mess. No, so yes. For those of you who do not know, because this is only the 4th episode of, and I misspelled chef. Thank you. Shitty ass keyboard. Because this is only the 4th episode. This thing called Zamac Chef is an idea that Commissar Jake came up with, and ostensibly it's a BPL cooking show, cooking competition, in which we announce the secret ingredient, and then you all have like a week or so, like 2 weeks, to come up with a dish inspired by the secret ingredient. This week's secret ingredient is noodles, because I want to see you all make better noodle dishes, whatever they are, be they pasta, be they stir fry, whatever. Hell, it could even be butter and oil. Then whatever monstrosity she cooked up. All right. We're breaking out the big guns. Let's get that rag away from the fire. That was almost bad. Be inspired by a desperate desire to stay away from us. Hell, I don't care if it's zucchini noodles or anything. Zamac is what Hot Wheels are made out of. Yes! Yes! I really wish that I could have a gas stove range with a window right here so I could talk to you all while I cook. So I'm just waiting for a bunch of this liquid to evaporate. And then I will put in the noodles and the rest of the sauce. Submit our recipes and our attempts. Submit your recipes and attempts to the food pics channel, tagging myself and using the keyword Zamac chef. Or I need to talk with. I need to figure out how to make an actual proper channel there. and just get that as a split off of the food recipes and title that Zamac Chef. Korean Mexican ramen. That sounds delicious. Ow! Fucking hot ass wood. I gotta get used to a gas stove. Seriously, that wood was hot. Chicharron's topping on a kimchi ramen. Ooh, very nice. Very nice indeed. Alright. So add these ramen noodles in. Those kind of became a puck. Yes, this is a gas stove. This is a gas stove. That is an electric cooktop. I really love that rocking, the wok rocking. It's such a fun thing to do. Yeah, store, or stow. I don't even know how to, every time I read your name, I don't know. For the longest time, this house had electric cooktops. Recently, it died, and so we installed gas. Gas is better. I have not had a gas cooktop since about 2000, when I lived on a military base, and I was but a wee child. Night Owl, I know. I need to stop being so young. Ooh, okay. I think this is good. I need to clarify what I mean by good. What I mean by good is cooked in a manner that I deem satisfactory, where everything is to a doneness that I deem acceptable. Not, I would make this again in a heartbeat good. It looks finished, not delicious. I'm technically not in a tectonically stable area because we have the area in which I live is known for significant mine subsidence. We also have a famously we're waiting for the big one fault right around the corner. And if the big one ever comes, Memphis is going to sink. For those of you who know your geology, you know exactly where I live. Also, I've said exactly where I live, so shut up. Okay. Come on. Get on the food then. God, I don't know camera direction. I'm so incompetent. Samurai knows where I live. Gas burners or what we had before we had electricity? Yes, absolutely. You know you are Doctor Who's the chef, not the filmmaker. Stanley Kubrick, I am not. Alright. We've got like 13 minutes left on the pie, which is actually cooking up nicely. Alright, so ramen stir fry. Those noodles actually had quite a bit of starchiness to them, and I think that cornstarch helped a little bit. The peppers still have a nice crunch to them. Okay. Okay, that broccoli looks good. I seriously wonder how this would have changed if I used the ground beef. I seriously wonder how this would have changed if I used the ground beef. But this passes as a struggle meal. Little bit hot. Wasn't expecting that. He added sriracha, cayenne pepper, Szechuan peppers. Of course it's fucking hot. But for a noodle stir fry, yakisoba thing, I didn't cook this on a griddle, so it's not yakisoba because I didn't fry the noodles. And there is still quite a lot of liquid left in it. No, this is practically mild. This is practically vanilla for ducks. But it is a significantly passable struggle meal. Okay. I may have to use ramen noodles as stir-fry options more often. I may have to use ramen noodles more often. Because it doesn't suck. And now it doesn't suck because I was the one cooking it. You know, I made sensible and reasonable decisions. And I tried to make something edible as a premise. The video that inspired this rage did not. The video that started this journey is rage bait. It is designed to drive click engagement and views that keep watching because holy shit, what the is she doing? And I fell for it. I fell for the rage bait. I fell for the engagement. She didn't make that food to be edible. She didn't make it to give you a recipe. She made it to get click engagement and drive up views on her Instagram or her TikTok or whatever the hell platform she uses. What upsets me as someone who loves cooking is the blatant food waste. She knew that it wasn't going to be edible, or at least as edible as she claims. She made all that food with the express purpose of driving engagement. And as someone who deeply, deeply, deeply respects food and is wildly concerned, like, I don't act like it, I don't voice this, but this is an opinion that I hold. Food waste in the Western world is off the charts. At my job, there is so much food that we just throw out. And I feel bad about it, especially because there are several unhoused homeless individuals that come in and I see that they're hungry and I see that they pay $1.50 for a coffee refill because that's all that they can afford. But if I start giving out food, then I am liable if anything happens to them because they ate expired food, and then they're going to start watching the timer on the food to be like, oh, hey, that's expired. Can I have that? And I've got a business to run. But personal food waste, personal responsibility in your own kitchen is so important to me. I'm going to eat this. I did not make this to not eat this. And I spent maybe like $20 on this, and this is going to feed me for like 3 days. She spent probably $150 conservatively on that. And I guarantee you it's all in the trash. We have so much food here in the West that we just take for granted. And then when we make a recipe wrong or buy too much, we're just like, oh, in the bin. And that upsets me. That really does upset me. There are people here in America that are struggling with food insecurity, and you are flaunting that in their face with rage bait. The purpose of my show, the purpose of why I am here, first and foremost, entertainment for all of you chuckleheads. But something that I have time and time again said is you don't have to have the most expensive ingredients. You don't have to know how to julienne or dice properly or know how to like flip a pancake in the pan. You just gotta know temperatures and times and basic cuts. And basic cooking to make passable food with what you have. So that's kind of what I did with this. Yes, there are a few exceptional ingredients like the char siu sauce and the hoisin and the garlic and the ginger and all that stuff, the Thai chili. I could have just as easily made this with just soy sauce, teriyaki, and maybe a little bit of sriracha. And it would have been just as good. And I would have ate it. At the risk of going chumba, a single influencer wasting food in a video compared to what your average grocery store throws out, it's like pushing paper straws for certain industries. Yeah, no, absolutely, Samurai, absolutely, 100%. But I don't know. Personal responsibility is the beginning of it, you know? Anyway, let's eat some more. This is actually really, really good. Who knew ramen noodles. Top ramen noodles. Could make a good stir fry. Paper. Like, they actually really choked up all of that flavor really, really well. No, Samurai, you are 100% correct. Carbon footprints of individuals pale in comparison to corporations and governments. And look who it is who's trying to push carbon responsibility onto the individual. Food waste. Corporations. Grocery stores. Bottom shelf ramen. Shut up. I don't know. Anyway. I got some mini donut cream soda as a treat. This is the same mini donut cream soda that Mo brought down for Earth Meal. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I was instructed last week by Mr. Tex to get interviewed for the Legionnaire about Earth Meal. That interview happened. I don't know if it's been posted yet, but I was interviewed. Yes, donut flavored soda. And it is very good. Tastes like little cinnamon nuggets. Actually very delicious. Oh hey, guys. Guess what's done? Oh, Canada, my home and native land, true patriot son. I don't know the rest of the Canadian national anthem. What did Doc put in the pie cheeseburger? Beef, onion, cheese, Bisquick. How's wee Beowulf doing? How is Beowulf doing? I know, right? It's so nice. Alrighty. perhaps I should have greased this pie tin. Ooh. Take a look at this. Alright, get up here. I'm tired of you. There we go. Take a look at that. That looks like grade school lunch slop. But that's pretty good. Rest for 10 minutes. Bah! This recipe has just entered into my wheelhouse. This has just entered into my wheelhouse. I know what to do next time. Ducks, yes, this needs habanero, or jalapeno. This needs jalapeno. I'm going to cut up a jalapeno, put it in with the onion and the beef. I'm gonna cut up another jalapeno and I'm gonna put it in with the Bisquick. Oh no. Oh no, this is good. This is good. Yes, bacon, bacon, bacon. Where's my bacon button? Bacon, 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 bacon. Oh no. Oh no. Bisquick is this. This is Bisquick. It is it's essentially flour that's already mixed with leavening agents. So let's see. Yes, enriched flour, cornstarch, vegetable oil, leavening, which is baking soda, which is essentially just baking soda, some dextrose, some sugar, and some salt. So essentially, all you need to do for Bisquick is, if you want to make pancakes, just add milk and eggs. It's just that easy. You want to make you want to make biscuits, add a little bit less milk. It comes around. It exists because Americans are lazy. Bisquick 100% exists because Americans are lazy. It exists because Americans are lazy and want to make something as simple as possible. So everything you need to make leavened flour exists in Bisquick. It comes from Quick Biscuits. Biscuits Quick. Bisquick. Like, you could make bread. You can make quick bread with that. Because it's already got the baking soda in it, you know? It really does make good dumplings. For those Europeans out there, what are dumplings? Imagine American biscuit rolled flat, cut into strips sometimes, and soaked in American gravy. Or, soaked in like a chicken or turkey gravy. That's dumplings. Stupid easy. Yeah. It's very handy for cooking and baking. While I lived in an old logging camp at the top of a mountain with no utilities, just a wood stove and a truck-powered battery mini fridge. Zenhound, it's almost like instant pancake mix. Flour, leavening, dextrose, salt, egg yolk, starch. Yeah, no. These are the same thing. These are essentially the same thing. I just realized that. And I love how the Bisquick says add eggs to the pancake mix. And the pancake mix says just add water. American gravy, I think I should go to white breakfast sausage gravy, which is really more of a sausage flavored bechamel. It really is. Anyway, no, this cheeseburger pie. Thank you, Ducks. You have just added something to my cooking rotation. This is very good. Maybe using like some turkey sausage or something if you want it not as beefy. But definitely adding in, oh god, maybe like a can of Rotel while the beef is cooking. Oh no. Oh no. When am I going to make coffee pancakes? When I have coffee and time available. You know what? Next cooking show. If I can't find blood sausage, black sausage, so what? If I can't find black sausage, so what? I'm gonna get some bangers, and I will make up a full English breakfast with bangers instead of blood sausage. In fact, like, you can do that. Next cooking show is going to be breakfast. I will make a full English black pudding. Yes, I'll make a full English with fried tomatoes and all that jazz. And I will also make coffee pancakes to appease Mad Ducks. Because he can't stop talking about coffee pancakes. In fact, when I went and visited him last year to make, for the crawfish boil, I kid you not, I brought along Son of Fiesta Pail, and we used one of their pancake mixes to make coffee pancakes. The breakfast in Son of Fiesta Pail is not bad. It's not bad. Because you can't, it's essentially just Bisquick. The pancakes were essentially just Bisquick. Anyway, I'm hungry now. I'm very hungry. And this all smells so good. Striker may or may not be online because he has a doctor's appointment. So I am going to see if any of our good friends are online, and I'll get y'all rating them. Get the hell out of here, stupid food. So none of our good friends are online. But there is someone making bread. Oh, there is someone making Japanese curry and chicken katsu. Alrighty. I think we're gonna take a look at this Katsu man. Alright. Guys, behave, okay? Alright, treat him well. I will see you all later. Take care. Okay, actually, hold on. It's given me a warning about weed. We're gonna go take a look at this, bread lady then. Alright. See y'all later.
Hold on. And the stolen things obey the quartermaster unless he's a ling. Miners don't die today. Cargo text push freight. Our enemies in disarray. All hail Cargonia.
Get back to work.
Seriously, behave, guys, alright?